Hello and welcome to the next workshop on TrueLoad and the associated tools. The first lecture in the series is going to be on TFU Manager. TFU Manager stands for True Function Manager, and TFU Manager is an important utility behind all of the products coming from Wolfstar Technologies. This manages all the complex functions that we generate. TFU Manager is an open source, non-licensed product, so you can use TFU Manager even if you don't have a license for TrueLoad. Okay, so this is a way to ensure that my customers can have access to their loading functions even if they no longer have an active license of my software. So to go through this workshop very quickly, we're going to go into the example files folder in the workshop materials. So I'm just coming to the folder for the True class, for the True class Workbench. I'm going to go into the example files folder, and then in the example files folder I'm going to go into TFU Manager Workshop. And you can see inside of TFU Manager Workshop I've got a Workbench project set up already, so I'm just going to double click on that and open that up. So this is the project, and it's just an empty project. I haven't set anything up in this thing yet. We're just going to start from scratch. I just had an empty project to give us a clean sheet to work with. So what we're going to do is in the Wolfstar Technology toolbox components, we're going to come down and grab TFU Manager and just drag it onto the Workbench. And there we go. And just typical Workbench, we're going to update this component and then double click on it. So this launches the Wolfstar Technologies TrueLoad application environment. So this application environment's got several things in here for launching different tools, for setting up views and things like that. But we're just going to go over the Workbench, the TFU Manager aspects here. And for the first part of this exercise, we're going to open up an existing TFU file. So we're going to get there by coming to the Browse for TFU Files dialog. And we're just going to navigate to the operating system. So we're just going to go up a couple folders, and you'll see that there's this TFU example folder, TFU example.tfu. And we're going to click Open. And then the way my file dialogs work is that once you've got the name populated up here, we've got to click the next button over, and that actually says Load it. So we're going to load that in with that. And you can see that we've got three functions here, and there's a number of things we can do with it. There's all sorts of things in here in this TFU Manager. So let's go in and click the Check All button, and that selects all three to be operated on. And then we'll come over here and just simply plot the functions. And you can see they're plotted up here. And this is a nice little dockable widget. So this we can undock this and drag this around. I'm going to leave it right there for now. And then other things that we can do is, for example, I'm going to uncheck all, and I'm just going to check the sign sweep one, and then I'm going to do a cross plot. So we're going to do a cross plot, and we're going to cross plot that against the cosine sweep. And we'll just do a preview of that. So you've got a sine sweep versus a cosine sweep. We've got a spiral. So there you go. Okay. So a very simple, nice way to do a cross plot with just a couple of clicks. So the next thing we're going to do is come in and we're going to import a CSV file. So here's a sample CSV file. So we're going to sample test data CSV and bring that in and say OK. And you can see that we've got a bunch of strain gauge channels here and some other functions here. So I'm going to come in and just select the strain gauge channels. And then I'm going to just say plot. I'm going to click the plot button. And so that's about all you need to do. So that's all I'm going to show you for right now. There are lots and lots of tools for renaming functions, for sorting the functions, calculating statistics, summing, multiplying, and then there's tools here for scaling and offsetting, for zeroing out the functions, for doing threshold limit operations, removing drift, decimating, racetrack reduction, removing dropouts, linearly interpolating, padding and syncing, cutting and trimming the function. So there's lots and lots of tools here. We're not going to go through all that, but just know they're there and you can play around with them at any time. We've got ways of plotting complex data. So TFU Manager can handle complex data, so real and imaginary data, as well as just regular real data. And then we can import data from a number of sources and export data to a number of sources. So just a very high-level overview of TFU Manager. And then if we want to, we can save this file, we can rename the file. I'm not going to save it, I'm just going to exit. And I'm going to just exit the Wolfstar environment. And we're back to the Workbench. Okay? And that's it for the TFU Manager.